What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up, y'all? Welcome back to another episode of the Southern University Quarterback Club podcast. It's your boy Al, and I'm here with the country's fastest women's 100-meter hurler, Tashina Alase. Tell me if I said it right.
Alase.
Alase.
Mhm.
Welcome. How are you doing today?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing great. So she's actually coming live from Oregon right now because we're getting prepared for the NCAA Championships. How has it been so far, as you've arrived in Oregon?
It's been pretty good. It's pretty chilly out here, actually. It's kind of cold, but it's kind of rainy today. But it shouldn't be raining when we compete later
Mhm.
this week. But so far, so good.
You think that rain will have an effect on, I guess, your approach coming up this week?
No, it doesn't really change nothing. I'm ready.
That's good. That's good. So look, let's start off so you came from Dillard. How was your journey from Dillard to Southern University?
Like the transition.
Yeah. Or I guess you were at Dillard. I guess you entered the portal. Um, were you recruited by coaches? By word of mouth? Did you hear about Southern's trap program? How did you end up in Baton Rouge?
It was kind of word of mouth because so I was at Dillard and there was like a meet, like a last chance meet, and Southern was there. So they saw me and everything. And my friend who was actually on the team at Dillard, who was transferring to Southern, like she already knew the coaches. So it's kind of like they were like just kind of talking. So I just made it happen.
Yeah, it looked like you made a great decision. I'm just glad to have you. Just to have a star like you in the making in Baton Rouge, and on Southern's campus is just amazing. What's it been like just being a student athlete at Southern for you?
Mm, Being a student athlete, I mean, it's been a journey, I would say. It took some adjusting. Being a student athlete at Southern is definitely different than at Dillard. Dillard's an NAIA school. So there's
Mhm.
just like coming into Southern, there's just like little requirements like study hall, like having to just be on top of a lot more things that I had to be at like Dillard. So it was definitely a transition, but I just adjusted to it.
Okay, so you get to Southern and you have an injury last year. Can you tell us about that injury you had last year and how you've persevered through that injury to have such an outstanding performance from this season?
hmm So last year in March, I got into a car accident and I guess the impacts, I actually don't know how it happened, but it like crushed my big toe. So I had to get a surgery and I had 5 pins in it for like 8 weeks. So I was out for the whole outdoor season, which sucks after like having a good indoor season. But yeah, I was out for 8 weeks. It was hard to watch the whole season, but I definitely forced myself to watch it because I
Yeah.
knew those feelings, I wouldn't forget like those feelings that I felt. So I just kind of used that to fuel me coming back. I started back training like end of July, mid July maybe.
Hmm.
It was pretty hard, like because I pretty much had to start over. I don't know, like the most simplest things, like hurdle drills. I had to like relearn it, and then on top of that, like my foot was still hurting so bad. Like it hurt really bad. I actually did not know if it was going to get any better, but it definitely feels a lot better now. But I just use like, how I felt while I was out to just fuel me and just keep motivating me to keep going.
Did you feel like you said you had a good indoor season and the injury happened? Did you feel like you were on the same trajectory last year as the same trajectory you're on right now?
Yes, to a certain extent though, because so I won last indoor like at SWAC, but I didn't make it for indoor nationals. I was very close. So also coming back this year, I was like, I don't like how I barely missed it. So I'm going to make indoor nationals this year. And then I did. So I mean, kind of, yes, like I was still doing like really good, but like this year is just different. Like
Did you expect to be in this I guess this position that you're in right now coming into the season?
I want to say yes, but then also no. Like it's still shocking right now to me, but also it's like me and my coach had a plan, and this is just all part of the plan. So everything's happening how it's. how it's been planned to.
Yeah, you've been I've seen a lot of athletes showing love. I saw Kayla White comment on your post. What does it feel like, to be in the same conversations as the Camacho Queens and the Masai Russells of today?
I mean, it's kind of crazy, like I said, because like I don't want to say, okay, I feel like to everyone else, it seems like this is like I came out of nowhere, it looks like, but like I
Mhm.
said, I've been working, so I think everything's just happening how it's supposed to be. But
Most
yeah.
definitely, most definitely. And it is all gonna fall in place too. Kind of talk to us about how your coaches of Coach Tremaine and Coach Glover have been essential to your performance this season.
They've just been very supportive overall, like very supportive. Like like I don't know what else to say, but like they're just always there for me. And like especially Coach Freddie since like coming back from injury, like every day, like in the summer, like it was just me and him out there. And he really didn't have to, take that drive and come train with me or come help me get back and just like build back up. But he did like every single day. So
Yeah. Was he kind of like? Was it I guess a thing for him too to help you get back to where you used to be, and kind of get back to your natural form that you're running in now.
yeah, like that's exactly what it was. That's what I'm saying. Like without Coach Freddie's like just constant, like consistent support, yeah, like that really helped me coming back from injury. And just like the reassurance that like it's like, he really taught me like to be patient too. And he just reassured me like it was all gonna be fine, everything's gonna happen how it should be. And now we're here.
We talk about being patient. We look back at the is it called the East Regionals? I think in the first race, maybe you had a slower start than you normally used to. I guess what is one of your weaknesses that you want to highlight, and how have you been working on it?
hmm I think right now one of one of my weaknesses I would say is just like my execution. Like what had happened in the first round when I ran the 13 flat, it was just I hit like three hurdles and like this when I hit hurdle seven, like that really almost took me out.
Mhm.
But I was like, gotta keep going because if you don't do what you're supposed to do in this race, you're not going to make it to Saturday, But so it was just my execution, I feel like, and just learning how to be aggressive, but still like calm and just not throwing, your technique and everything you've been working out the window.
Okay. What was it like seeing all these other girls from SEC schools and your other big schools? I think that was a girl from Kentucky who ran faster than you, if I'm not mistaken. What is it like being in races with those types of girls, and um, how do you feel about that?
I mean, I'm pretty normal. I feel like my first experience with that was indoor nationals,
Yeah.
and that did not go how I wanted or expected. And since then, I'm kind of using that also to fuel me. Like these are just honestly normal girls. Like they're just wearing a different jersey than me, so I just don't think much into it, and then just think back to what I know I can do. And that just really brings me like reassurance. Like you know what you're capable of, so you shouldn't be worried about nothing else.
Right. I mean, I see you got that S on your chest right there. Does that make you perform with more of a chip on your shoulder that you come from an HBCU, come from two HBCU, actually, Dillard and Southern, and
Mhm.
you're performing with all these other athletes who have probably much better resources than you.
Yeah, it definitely does because exactly that. Like, I know, I know what I'm doing, and I know like how I'm making this work. So yeah, like definitely have more pride just like representing Southern and being able to be at these at these big competitive meets and coming from Southern.
Okay, okay. Um, let's see. So once we compete this week, I guess what's in the future uh for Tashina?
Well, there's USA's in July in New York,
Mhm.
and I plan on running in that.
So,
Mhm.
I mean, it's 2026 now. Is it too early to talk about LA 28?
No, that's the goal. That's the goal.
That is
Yeah.
the goal.
Mhm.
So we are you your first race is Thursday, I think at 8 o'clock Central Time. What's your schedule between now and then? And yeah, how do you kind of work with that in your schedule?
Yeah, so tomorrow I'll be practicing and Wednesday I'll be practicing, like a shakeout Wednesday probably. But like we just go out there around the same time we'll be warming up on Thursday. So my body's just like used to the time. Like, I'm gonna get used to eating like breakfast and lunch since I'm competing at night, not just like because if I practice in the afternoon, I just be eating like breakfast and
Yeah.
then going out there. But when it's time to compete, like it's in the night. So I have to make sure like my body's just used to eating what it eats and then going out there at a certain time.
Okay. Um, One last question. As a Southern University athlete, what's one thing that you can have for the Southern University track team that maybe these bigger schools might have that you would like or that you think would help give us a more competitive advantage?
Mm.
If you don't know, just tell me.
Yeah, I'll give you the answer. I don't know. I don't know.
Okay, 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 okay. That's cool. But look, it's what 8 o'clock over there. I know you going to bed soon, so
Mm.
um look, we want to appreciate you for coming on the SU Quarterback Club podcast. Everybody, if you can just make sure y'all go follow her on social media, Tashina Alase
A
on
lot.
Instagram, Alase, Tashina Alase on Instagram.
Mm.
And make sure you tune in on Thursday at 6:08 on the dot, Pacific time. That's 8:06 Central time. And make sure you tune in to watch her for the 100-meter hurdle semifinals. Is it best two and then top times after that go on?
Probably.
Yeah,
So.
best top two finishers, and then the best times out of the three heats go on to the final. So we want to make sure we support her, support Southern University track, not only her and the coaches, and just make sure we tune in. Like I said, appreciate you tuning in tonight, and joining us on your hectic schedule. This woman has been on several interviews and she got several DM for interviews, so she is a star in the making. So
Yeah,
I
thank
just
you.
want to thank you right now.
Of course. Thank you for having me.
I appreciate y'all for tuning in. Make sure y'all follow the podcast, um, subscribe, follow me, follow her, and go Jags.
Go Jags.